Hello everybody, welcome to Minnesota Sports HQ. I'm Ben, and today we're going to be doing a March Madness video. I know I said I was going to do kind of a recap of all the sports teams in Minnesota today, but seeing the bracket come out, got me hyped to do some good quality research on the bracket. So what this video is going to be is the Minnesota Golden Gophers' chances at how far they're going to make it, basically, and what I'm going to say. So to start off, we were the 10 seed. We got drawn against the number 7 seed Louisville, which is kind of harsh. Louisville's a pretty historic basketball school. Lots of great players have gone there in the past, and there's so many links between our coach and the University of Louisville. Richard Pitino is our current coach right now. He worked for his dad, Rick Pitino, there as an assistant coach pretty much up until 2012, before he joined our team in 2013. And there's kind of some bad blood going on right now because Rick Pitino is suing the University of Louisville $44 million because he got fired. Kind of unfairly, I would say. But let's start with Minnesota. 21-13 record got them a 10 seed in the national tournament. Very good performance in the Big Ten tournament. We rely on our starters so much that 3 games in 3 days is just impossible for us, and we just capitulated against Michigan, and I'm not surprised that happened after 2 hard-fought long wins against Penn State and Purdue. And that Purdue win pretty much got us into the tournament, honestly. But this season has been, well, I'd call it very inconsistent. Non-conference, we played pretty well, pretty much only losing to Boston College, who plays a crappy zone. But once we got in the Big Ten play, the Big Ten is just so good. There's so many good teams that you can say deserve to make this tournament that didn't even make the tournament. It's so competitive in the Big Ten. Actually, the conference with the most teams in the tournament this year, with 8. So some big wins for Minnesota this year. We had an early season win against Washington, who, well, should have won the Pac-12. We beat Wisconsin. We beat Purdue twice. We also beat Iowa. And we had some other Quad 1 wins along the way as well. But we did play a lot of teams that were in Quad 1, which was very unfortunate for us. Bad losses. We lost to Rutgers, Boston College, and Penn State, which wasn't great. Our star players, Amir Coffey, has 16.3 points per game, and Jordan Murphy, the double-double machine, has 14.8 points per game, along with pretty much 10 rebounds as well. So let's look at our opponents for the first round. Louisville. They're the 7 seed with a 20-13 record. They had a late slump to their season, whereas the Gophers had their slump more in the middle of the season. Louisville is also very consistent, but they can make a good run when they want to. They have some very good wins over early season over Michigan State, the number 6 team in the country, the number 12 team in the country, Florida State, and another ranked team in Virginia Tech. They also had some bad losses, though. Indiana, who the Gophers crushed both times. Boston College as well, just like Minnesota. And they also had a bad loss to Syracuse by over 20 points. Their star player, Jordan Nwora, 17.2 points per game. It'll be a good matchup between him and Jordan Murphy. I think whoever wins that battle, their team is going to win. One thing that they do better than Minnesota is they actually get production from their bench, which is a huge help to them. And a look at how the game is projected so far. Louisville is favored by 5 right now, pretty much giving the Gophers a 35% chance to win, with which, well, I pretty much agree. Louisville is one of those teams that always does well in the tournament, and you can never bet against them, really. But the Gophers have a shot if they can make some threes and move on to the second round. And, of course, in the second round, who do we play? Well, Michigan State, which is awful. The NCAA tries to make it so that you don't play, or you don't have the chance to play a team in your conference in the second round. It used to be illegal, actually, but it can happen now, and, well, we got that. So, Michigan State, number 2 seed, they have a 28-6 record. Number 6 team in the country. I'm pretty sure they're going to win their first game against Bradley, a double-digit loss, non-Power 5 team is probably not going to beat Michigan State this year. Minnesota has played Michigan State this year, and we lost 79-55, and that was during a really bad stretch of the year. We just played like we were tired, but they have some matchups that can be nightmarish-like for us, where we have good players, they have good players. Josh Langford and Amir Coffey pretty much go back and forth. Nick Ward and Jordan Murphy pretty much go back and forth, but Michigan State has a huge advantage over us from the point guard spot with Cassius Winston. He's averaging 19 points per game. Josh Langford is averaging 15 a game. Nick Ward, another double-double machine, averaging 14.4 points per game. One thing that's saving us is they don't have the greatest bench either. Not too many good players there. But if we did make it to the second round, Michigan State would be heavily favored. Probably by 8 to 10 points, depending on how the first round goes. And obviously, since we haven't made it there yet, I'm just going to say that there's probably around a 1 in 4 chance we beat Michigan State. So with the 35% chance from before, there's about an 8% chance we make it to the Sweet 16. And if we make it to the Sweet 16, we don't have a good matchup either. The number 6 seed Maryland or the number 3 seed LSU. Both teams have some weaknesses, but we don't match up well against Maryland, as we've proved from our 2 losses to them this year in the Big Ten, although we should have beaten them one of the times. But I digress. LSU has a few holes on their team, but both are really hard teams to beat. And I'd say we'd probably have a 30 to 40% chance to win that game, so we're looking at going down to about 2.5 to 3%, so about a 1 in 35 chance we make it to the Elite Eight, which is not great. And what do we get to if we get to the Elite Eight? Duke, or maybe Virginia Tech, but it's probably going to be Duke, which is great. Literally means that we pretty much have no chance to make it to the Final Four. Very minuscule. And especially because it's a home Final Four, that would have been really cool. But, to get to this point, we'd have to win 4 games in a row. And to be honest, as a Gophers fan, have you seen us play 4 good games in a row this season? Not really. We are a very inconsistent team. If we have a game where we don't make threes, we have no chance of winning. I think we can beat Louisville. Pretty much similar record. We both play in the hardest conferences in the nation. It'll be a really good, interesting matchup. I think we can definitely win, but I don't see us getting past Michigan State in the second round. The matchups just don't go our way in this game, and it's very unfortunate to see that we pretty much have no chance to get to a home Final Four, but that's how it goes sometimes. The Vikings didn't make it to their home Super Bowl either, which I'm still upset about if you couldn't tell. But, yeah, that's a little NCAA tournament preview for the Gophers. Hope you all enjoyed. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I've been posting a little bit more lately, and I'll have a few more videos out over the next couple days. I'm probably going to fill out a bracket live if I can, maybe tomorrow. That would be kind of cool to do for a video. So hopefully I'll see you for that one. That's all from me. Hope you all have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.